Ludonarrative dissonance.
What is that?
I had to ask the same question.
Okay, so
Nice.
Ludo being Latin for game, can't have an intellectual discussion about anything without using Latin.
Duh. Which is the Latin for obviously.
Duh.
Fucking idiot. So anyways, Ludo, Latin for game.
Et tu. So ludonarrative dissonance is
Where should I be
where
going?
I think you needed to go to the left but stay up high. Maybe. I wasn't really paying a lot of attention. I apologize.
it's
Don't-
where
don't
the things that you're doing in the game, like the mechanics of the game, don't
Okay.
line up with what the game is talking about, right? Or what the story is saying.
The example I think Ian used last time we discussed this was Grand Theft Auto, in which it's confusing where if you're playing Grand Theft Auto and early on, your character might be in a cutscene where he's like, I've never had to kill a man before. But if you're playing Grand Theft Auto the way like a teenage boy does, you've probably killed 20 men and 4 ladies. Like, with a car for fun.
Yes, exactly.
And that's dissonant.
right. You're Nico,
Catch for just a second.
who's just
Yeah.
like, yes, I am a good guy. I'm just trying to make a way in the world.
I love that voice.
Yes, it's not racist if I make this voice. I'm just a good guy. And then you, like, on the way between cutscenes where you're talking about what a good guy you are, you run over like 18 hookers.
Oh God! Sorry.
That is ludonarrative dissonance, because what you have been doing in the game is like literally contradicts what's going on in the story. Oh fuck yeah, you did it. Go back to that door.
Go
So
up.
Oh shit! No.
I don't
Here,
know
I'll
if
play for
this
a
is
second.
exactly an
Oh.
example of ludonarrative dissonance, but it does kind of like undercut the gravity of what right. It's not like it's not contradictory, it's just kind of like a non sequitur.
It falters.
Yeah.
It's like unrelated.
And Ian thought, oh
She
shit,
gonna
now
bite-
I'm running into
she gonna-
brambles.
She gonna fucking bite you. She gonna bite your shit.
Like, well, I smelled it and I don't like it.
I don't go away.
I've investigated it and I'm not into it.
For those at home, that's Lucy attempting to interact with my ornery cat.
No, actually, she's very sweet. She just is like, just don't fuck with me.
She's
like
just-
most cats. Like,
yeah.
just when I'm ready to spend time with you, I will let you know.
It is
And
the way of cats.
Until then, why don't you just fuck off?
My cat Tabitha basically tried to eat me earlier today. I just got a haircut, so I started using product again, which I haven't done since way last year.
Oh my god, tell me more about your hair product.
Okay, well, no. But, so Tabitha was, like, super into it for some reason and started biting my hair. And I've known cats to do that before. I used to run with this gal named Michaela, whose cat, Oscar,
What,
was
do you
a...
run
Wait,
with her
what
like
did you
in
say?
Fast and Furious or something? Like when you get run the
Were you in a
streets?
fucking gang?
Was she Fast Fan?
Yeah, was she part of your fast fam?
She was Fast Fam, wasn't
Do I want to go to
she?
Spirit Caverns or Hollow Grove? Because right now I'm in hell.
So, Lucy, you before were talking about how you don't like things that are kind of like lo-fi on purpose without having a kind of a subversive point, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about stuff like this, where it's like mechanically kind of like an old game, but it looks and sounds and feels like something brand new?
I love this.
So why?
Elaborate.
This is the question.
Expand on that.
I
I'm Larry
think-
King. What do you think about Ori and the Blind Forest?
Well, I think it's kind of complicated, actually. Like, I think so. I'm not a very good video game player, first of all. So, which I'm sure has become clear to anyone, if anyone ever watches this.
No one
Wow.
will watch this.
So,
We have and I'm sure we will have like tens of subscribers.
Oh yeah, my mom can't wait to watch this and hit the thumbs down button.
yeah. So, because I'm not quick and I'm not very good at video games, to me the world that I see is like super important. Like the visuals of it. And so like I think with a lot of the like the mechanics of this game, while they in some ways might be really similar, I mean really like to a kind of to maybe an older game, just quicker, the beauty of it is something that's important to me.
Yeah.
And like really like mesmerizing to me. And then the other thing I'll say too is, you know, I've spent a lot of time earlier in, as I'm sure many women out there can attest to, earlier in my life, I spent a lot of time watching boys play video games, and they were like the most boring and pedantic video games in the entire world, like Halo, basically. is
Okay,
I'm
that's
talking
a whole
what do you
thing
mean?
to-
What do you mean by pedantic?
like just like
Expand on that.
so like obvious and like we're here to shoot things.
Where
like,
I am literally a space marine.
to me, like how I think about video games, when I think about the games that I think are really amazing are the games that I could watch people play and never even be offered to touch the controller and still enjoy them.
Still get a lot out of it.
And like that's just a different, that means I'm just looking for something different out of a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We have this night called Horror Buddies, and we sometimes go to our friend Andy's house and maybe other houses in the future, including our own, but has typically been our friend Andy's house.
We
and
play the games that we're too cowardly to play by ourselves.
Right. Yeah. And so we played, what was that one we played? The first one we played. What was the first one we played?
Oh, Until
Yeah,
Dawn.
I love Until Dawn. So I'm really into story
That's
games.
a perfect example of what you're talking about,
Yeah.
actually. A game where, like, you can just sit there and watch
just
someone play it
watch.
and be like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Games like that, really, I love. Because you could sit on a couch. It's like watching an interactive movie, basically.
Yeah.
You know, you could sit on a couch with your friends, never play. And, I mean, I do play when we, you know, we all take turns and stuff. And that's also part of the fun, is that we all take turns. But, you know, you could play and really feel so immersed in that world. And
I want to just really quickly be like, who's played through the intro of this game and then expected that this game would
Yeah,
have a
right.
skill tree in it that talks about cooldown timers? It's weird.
Well, it's tough because I'm so... How do I explain it? I guess I expect that in most games now, which is maybe an unfortunate reality of it, right? Like, that's just how we've been conditioned to play these games.
what's a skill tree?
So, a
Oh
skill
yeah,
tree-
go back and show her. Let's go on a tour,
So,
and then you can talk about how you feel about the thing that you just learned about.
In the very first Mario game, you played Mario, the plumber, and the only time you ever got better or different was when you got like a mushroom or a fire flower. Otherwise, you were always Mario. You always
Right.
ran at the same speed, you jumped just as far, etc., right? In a game like Ori and the Blind Forest, I'm going to go into my spirit tree,
Mm-hmm.
and every time I kill enemies, you get the little yellow dots, and if you get enough yellow dots, you get to earn a point, and with enough points, you get one of these different things on the skill tree.
Like a board game.
Not quite. So,
Oh.
what I've done now is I've said, I'm going to put some points into Ori's combat ability.
Oh,
So
you
now-
get to choose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so now I've put multiple points into shooting more flames that are stronger, and I can now
Oh,
reuse
that's
checkpoints.
cool.
So the interesting
So
thing...
there's strategy to it.
That's the thing. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Some skill trees in games are sort of pointless. I don't know if any... I haven't played enough this game. I don't know if any of these skills allow me to get into different places in the game. I
think those are always like
Yeah.
based on where you pick things up.
Yeah, so I
like
just got a
Metroid
wall
style.
jump. So we were talking about that area you couldn't get to previously, right?
Right.
Which, was that down here? I can't recall. It might have been, so let me go check.
I don't know.
But areas you can't get to, like in a Metroidvania style game, you get skills that unlock that let you get to those areas suddenly. Was this one of this?
Oh
was
yeah,
not.
yep. So,
No,
oh
I already got here.
fuck!
But now I can wall jump, and that wasn't part of the skill tree. That was just something the game gave me to do more. Some games will keep those hidden behind skill trees, and it sort of gates your progress based on how you want to play the game.
So, I mean,
It's like extremely video gamey though, right?
Right.
Like
it's so fascinating. Like, it's building this must just be insane.
it takes
It's like
years and years.
It's like a build. Oh yeah, like
How do I open my
It's
map?
like
There it is.
building a movie. It's like putting together. It's like making a movie, but with like 90 million times the possibility. I remember in the indie game movie Ian and I watched.
Yeah.
I remember
Shit.
someone in that movie who they
Fuck.
interviewed talking about that
I goofed.
and saying like, you know, it's like making a movie in which there could be 100 alternate endings. And
Yeah.
you have to somehow map to 100 endings. Like, this is not exactly what the person said. I don't want to be like misquoted.
No,
but
no,
it-
no,
It
totally,
was
yeah.
something to this effect of like, say there's 100 endings. You have to make your game so that the core is intact, but that in any scenario, in any choice someone makes,
Something
they-
coherent happens.
something they are taken on a journey that makes sense, but that there's like a million different
Oh, brambles.
possibilities of that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean,
That's
it's,
actually like most of the reason that the previously mentioned ludonarrative dissonance exists in a lot of cases is because it's so fucking hard to account for everything that a player can do in your game. It's like you can't write enough dialogue to like for that to make sense, right? Games like Gone Home kind of just constrain what you can do in order to, so like you can't do anything that doesn't fit.
You can't
the
get in your
story.
car and leave.
right.
But I
Right,
mean, like
right.
what you can do is just run around the house and pick up shit and just toss it everywhere like a jackass. But like that doesn't really.
I
I-
love that shit. I live for that shit.